And all right, what's up? I'm Jack,
And I'm Will.
and this is the job experiment. Will's in quarantine.
Will gets COVID.
Yeah.
Will's gonna die.
I'm drinking a lot of tea.
Is it helping?
It helps my cough.
Oh, that's good. What kind of cough is it? Is it like what they were saying, like a real deep cough? Oh.
Yeah, but I had it before I had COVID.
Weird.
Because I had a really bad cold.
And you said you like, because you were sick for the past like 2 weeks at this point, right?
Yeah.
But you did like 4 tests and they all came back negative?
Yeah. So I had 4 negative tests. And I was just making sure I was negative because I was still at work.
Right.
So, like, I didn't want guys to get mad at me for being at work. But I'm technically not supposed to have sick time yet. Because my 90-day probationary period on my new job isn't up.
Oh, right.
So anyways, going back, I had a sore throat like 2.5 weeks ago. And I was like coughing. I had some congestion. And Nikki's family was in town for their own Thanksgiving thing. And I stayed home because I didn't want to get anybody sick. I started feeling better Tuesday after that weekend, and I was still at work the whole time. And then like Wednesday and Thursday, I actually felt pretty good. And then Friday, I just like went downhill again. Well, it turns out that the thing is, I don't know where I got it from because
Right.
I know so many people with it.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, like there's like a few guys at work that have it. There's a guy in the hospital with it at work. I don't know. That's the weirdest thing about COVID, dude, is like my uncle just got out of the hospital because he had it really bad. Like he was almost in a coma.
Jeez, I didn't know about that. That sucks.
Yeah, it was Eric.
Wow. Oh, really? Dang.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy actually.
As he's laughing.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. But their whole family got it. Some of the kids got it. My aunt got it, but like my uncle got it super bad, and like they thought it might have damaged his brain at one point because he like couldn't talk and stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, he just like woke up and was totally fine. He lost a ton of weight. He looks like sick, super sick. But that's what I mean. It's weird because then like the VP at my company, he's in the hospital with it right now. But he seems like a healthy guy. Like, is what it is, you know. But then like my brother-in-law got it, and he was like a pack-a-day smoker, and he was totally fine.
Right. Yeah, that's what they said pretty much from day one too. Like it affects people differently. Like it just depends on like who you are, which is weird.
My working theory still is the blood type.
Yeah, I mean they did say there's like some weird links to that.
Because mine is O negative. And apparently O negative people respond pretty well, and it's actually pretty hard for them to get it, which would make sense. Because I've been around people with COVID a ton of times, and I haven't gotten it.
And the only time you've gotten it now is because you were already sick. So
I was already sick.
So your immune system was already compromised. So that would make sense.
Yeah, and to be honest, like, do you remember H1N1?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that was way worse.
The swine flu.
For me. For me, that was way worse. I was out of school for like 2 weeks, and I was like throwing up like crazy. That was the worst. That was disgusting.
You got it?
Yeah.
Man.
My whole family got it. I remember because my dad ended up like staying in New York City. My mom told him not to come home from work because like she didn't want him to get it. So he came home after like 2 weeks and he still got it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was definitely scary.
I remember the Reams got it, like, friends of ours growing up. They got it really bad, I think. But yeah, but that affected, I think, kids and adults the same. We're like, dude, Charlotte had a fever for a couple days, and she was like, she's back to normal. Not like nothing happened.
Is that the same thing that happened like a while ago, or this was recently? Because remember, like a couple weeks ago, she had a fever or something. You guys were like, we don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a cold. Maybe
oh yeah, that was just teething.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that completely unrelated.
Totally unrelated. Just baby stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't get her tested because she's like freaking 1, and I think that's stupid.
Right, she'll be fine anyways. So.
Yeah, and she's obviously she's back to normal. She's like mad at us because we're not like up to doing anything. We're like, come on, watch another movie with us.
That's funny. So Nikki, does she have it now?
Yeah, so then Nikki got it. So like I took a bunch of rapid tests, tested negative, and I kept testing negative. But then, like I said, my symptoms kind of changed on Friday, where I actually had a fever, and I never get fevers, like, ever. What the heck was that? That was freaking creepy.
This house is still haunted. 666,
yeah.
baby.
For real. Oh, shoot. I was wondering why that. Let me change this. You, like, weren't coming. This is so freaking creepy. Can you hear that?
Yeah, what is that? What in the world is going on over there?
I'm trying to connect to my AirPods.
Gotcha.
Alright, there we go. That's better.
Alright.
Anyway, so I took a bunch of rapid tests, negative, blah, blah, blah. Symptoms changed. I took a rapid test on Sunday morning because Nikki took a test at like Walgreens or something on Friday, but she didn't hear back until Sunday night.
Wow.
Yeah. So hers was positive and mine was positive. My rapid test. So then I went and got a regular test at Walgreens, but they told me it's going to be 3 to 5 days. But because it's COVID, my work gave me my time off anyway, sick time.
I mean, at this point, because your symptoms changed, I mean, it's pretty obvious you have it.
Well, my boss saw me come in sick for a whole week.
Yeah.
Like, he knew I wasn't being a wuss. Like, he probably figured, whoa, if it got worse, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
There were a few days where he was like, are you sure you want to be here today? I'm like, yeah, I got to make the money, dude.
Right.
He kept giving me easy jobs, too. I could tell he felt bad for me. He was like, oh, go drive the dump truck out here, and then go drive it out here. Go stop at Home Depot over here. I'm like, all right.
Trying to, like, isolate you, like, keep you away from everybody else.
Yeah, it's definitely seemed like that for the most part.
Okay, so now at this point, this is probably as bad as it's going to get for you, right? It hasn't gotten worse over the last day or two, right?
No, so like my fever, I had a fever from like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I had a fever yesterday afternoon, and today is Wednesday. That was the last time I had a fever, was yesterday afternoon.
So today when you woke up, feeling a little bit better at least, you're not...
Yeah, no fever. I just have that congestion in my lungs. Like, I got a lot of phlegm, but I'm not convinced it's from COVID, because I had that before COVID.
Right. That's weird.
It's like it's like that cold I had.
Right.
But it's weird, though, is like, you'll have a hard time smelling, but you can breathe in and out of your nose. It feels like your nose is clogged, but it's not.
Yeah.
And I think that is COVID, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when I get like a real bad cold, I feel the same way. Like
that's what I thought.
You just
feel
that's
what
it
I had.
in your head. Yeah, you get a head cold. Yeah.
I had that before the COVID thing. I had it, so
So what are you?
But I knew it was changing when my sore throat stopped.
Right.
And that was like getting better, and then all of a sudden I had a fever. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, that's not normal. Are you still like self-medicating and like taking all these supplements and stuff, trying to get over it quick? What are you on?
Yeah, I'm taking vitamin C,
Nice.
D3 liquid with K2, and a lot of zinc and magnesium.
Nice. Now,
And,
you were taking that before you got it though, right? Or did you
yeah.
stop? Because I remember you were taking zinc and all that stuff for a while.
I was taking that pretty consistently. I got pretty lax about it in the last month,
I see what happened.
which is kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just curious about that, like all these, because like Rogan was on that ivermectin or whatever. He was like out there promoting all that.
I do have that, actually, but it never got bad enough that I felt like I needed to take it.
I'm just curious, is like if like all these things actually work, or is it just like
I
bro
can't
science?
I don't have hydrochloroquine or whatever like he had,
Yeah.
or like what Aaron Rodgers took, or what Tim Pool took.
All of Will's heroes.
All my heroes. My Alex Jones. I don't have any of that stuff, but I'm pretty sure my doctor would get it for me because he's kind of in the same boat as me, the way we feel about stuff.
Right.
But like I said, it never got that bad.
Right.
I kept thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna wake up from this nap and I'm gonna go downhill. Like, but we've been doing stuff like we just been going for drives, to get out of the house. Not seeing anybody, just driving around, and then we I don't know if you're allowed to do this, but I've done some mobile order pickups.
Oh yeah, I think that's fine.
Like we got our groceries from Aldi's, we picked up our mobile order, we opened our trunk and they put them in.
Yeah, at least you're not like interacting with the person.
That's what I figure. I don't know.
Unless you were.
We're probably gonna get shadow banned for this, just because Yeah.
Well, what are you supposed to do? Both you and Nikki have it. So what are you gonna do? The way you're doing it is way better than going into a grocery store and like coughing on people.
That's
honestly.
what I would have thought.
No,
I
that's what
felt
you're
bad
supposed to
going
do.
to the I felt bad going to the grocery store when I had my cold, just because I sounded so sick,
Yeah.
and I couldn't stand still for like 5 minutes without coughing.
Right. Oh no, I would have done the same thing. I would be like, no, if I'm have any sort of symptom like that, I'm not going out because people are gonna
Especially nowadays, because people like.
Oh yeah, dude, they'll call the cops
look
on
at you like they look at you crazy, and I'm like, bro, you still gotta. Somebody's gotta give me medicine.
Which is funny because like for me, like I haven't had the flu in like years and years, but like I always have like a cold, like always, like I get allergies and things like that. So I'm like always blowing my nose. So like if I'm in the office or something doing that, I'm always like on edge, like like who's listening, who's gonna come in and say something. It's pretty funny.
Oh, the only thing I'm taking is aspirin.
For what? Like, do you have a headache?
No, aspirin is a blood thinner.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it helps with, I guess COVID can cause blood clots. So, problem solved.
Yeah, that's smart then to do that.
I think it's pretty rare to cause blood clots. Like, it's only certain people, and I think it's usually the people that end up in the hospital.
Probably.
Aspirin is like, it's not going to hurt you. So, and then I'm taking a lot of Aleve and stuff. I have had a lot of headaches. But I think that I've dropped caffeine pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
That would
Just
also
because
explain the headaches.
That's because I ran out. I can't go somewhere. I'm doing a mobile pickup today at Walmart, though. I got a big shipment of stuff.
What are you getting? Anything good?
Coke Zero, Rain.
Back on the rain.
Just stuff I need.
Will's survival juices.
I've been drinking, something I've been drinking a lot of is, let me see what it's called. I don't know how to spell it.
That's probably not a good thing. If you're taking something that you don't know how to spell or pronounce.
No, it's sparkling water.
Oh, okay.
I just don't know how to spell the name.
Perrier?
Yeah, Perrier. I don't know, but it's good. It's delicious.
Or as the French would say, Perrier?
Is that how they say it?
I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
took French.
I don't know if that's a
You
French
took
company
French
or
in
what.
high school, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, I drank that. It's delicious. Super
So
refreshing.
when was the last time you had coffee then?
We got Starbucks 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's not been that long.
No, I got Dunkin' Donuts yesterday.
Oh. Then what are you talking about? You're off caffeine. You just had Dunkin' Donuts yesterday. What the
It's
heck?
I mean, I might as well be off
For
caffeine.
you, yeah, I guess for you, taking one day off.
Coffee, one coffee. That's stupid.
Yeah. Well, normal people would say if they're off caffeine, they're not drinking anything. So
I'm drinking a lot of tea right now. I don't know if this has.
some tea has caffeine.
Yeah. Dude, tea just doesn't do it for me, man. Like, I like having the warm drink, but
Oh yeah.
the flavor is so faint.
Yeah, I know. I've never been a fan of tea.
It's like just like there, but it's not there. You can't.
I think the
You
real
can't
reason
fully,
people
grasp it.
people love it like for like at night because it's not as caffeinated. Some of them aren't caffeine at all. Like so they can drink it and then go to bed. But like for me and you, we could drink a cup of coffee and go to bed, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, that's not really a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been drinking probably one in the morning, one at night. Just because it does help my phlegm
Yeah.
and my cough and stuff. It seems to calm it down a bit.
Yeah, that'll definitely help like soothe everything over. That's good. Tea is good for that.
So yeah, I'm quarantined for Thanksgiving this year.
Oh yeah, so what's that gonna look like then?
I can't, dude. I'm actually, I'm actually really appreciating this time. I haven't had this large a chunk of time off. I don't know when.
Good point.
Because there was one time I think I might have gotten COVID early on, early on, when it first happened. And they say that your antibodies diminish over time. So there's a good chance that part of the reason I didn't get COVID for a long time was because I had it at the very beginning. Or this might be the new variant. I don't know. Who freaking knows? I mean, nobody freaking knows. But anyways.
Will knows.
I don't. I just think that I just don't worry about it. If we don't know, why worry about it, right? Why keep you up at night and why keep you away from doing what you want to do?
Good point. Can't argue with that.
You might get the next variant. You might get something else. You might die. You literally might walk out and get hit by a bus.
It's possible. You
The
never know.
likelihood of you dying in a car wreck is still higher than you dying from COVID randomly. So it's like, I live in fear, right? So, and I think that stands for everybody. I don't really have, why worry about it? Anyways, when I first had COVID, I had my plowing business, and the snowstorm came at the tail end, and I had to go plow. That sucked. And then, I had my business for a while, so every time I did get sick, I might have been able to, push things out of the way for a day or two, but then it was I gotta go work because I gotta catch up.
Right.
And, nobody pays my bills unless I do work.
Right.
And then even when I was at Janitronics, we didn't really have sick time, and, we worked for a friend of ours, so we felt kind of obliged,
Obligated to show up no matter what.
obligated to not call in no matter what.
Right.
And that's what I did. So there were probably a few times I got sick when I was at Janitronics, especially before COVID.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever.
Well, and that, it makes sense too. You're in a medical facility where people that are coming in to the doctor are sick, so you're exposed to all these germs and bacteria.
But I also think that's part of the reason my immune system was so high for so long.
I'm sure it helped. Yeah.
Because you know the way I clean too.
Yeah, we should. Let's not talk about that because it's not sanitary.
I break every rule. I keep one glove on one hand, not on another, so I can use my phone and screw around.
Meanwhile, the entire time, like as soon as we heard what COVID was, you had those freaking goggles on your freaking cart the entire time.
Well, I was cleaning COVID rooms.
Yep.
Rooms where and they used to like block it off with freaking crime scene tape.
Yeah.
It's so dramatic.
Yeah, because we had a couple buildings out of Uniland that were like that, where like you go in there and it was just like there was a big sign on every door that had it. They were like, "Do not enter. Like this has been quarantined. Nobody can enter for this from between this time to this time." I'm like,
right.
Oh shoot.
There was a guy I was listening to a speaker yesterday. He was at like a conference, and he was talking about like he referred to it as like the real plague, the Black Plague.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we don't really talk about that much, but half of Europe died.
Yeah, it destroyed like Yeah, it was awful.
And there were like literally like variants that you could get that would literally kill you in 8 hours. Like you would get it and then die pretty much. And they were just burning bodies in the street.
They had those plague doctors running around.
That's a real pandemic.
Yeah, dude. You got those rats.
And that's what I thought was going to happen. When the COVID came, I was like, this is it. I'm going to be burning everybody in the street. We're going to be stacking bodies out here. It's going to be crazy.
Stacking bodies. That's right.
That's what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, when we did our early on, like, some of the first videos that we recorded with the camera was, like, the beginning of COVID. Like, in my parents' house, we were talking about that when it first happened. We were just joking around about how they're eating bats and whatnot. We're like, this is, like, crazy. This is the second plague. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff. We did a lot of cool videos at the beginning there.
Yeah, for sure.
Ugh. But, yeah, so Thanksgiving this year, I'm kind of excited to have that time. You know, I didn't have to use a lot of sick time because we already had Thursday, Friday off. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I should be out of quarantine Sunday.
Nice.
Because of my symptoms were like Thursday it started, so that's like what you go off of, I guess. I don't know.
Makes sense.
And Nikki's test was Friday, so just going off that. My work isn't too picky about it. They're like, well, if you don't have fever anymore and you're feeling better, kind of thing.
Blue collar workers are like,
it's not like I work in, it's not like I'm sitting. It's not like we're sitting in offices together either. Like,
yeah, it's just different. When you're outside, you're not in a closed area like that. You're not going to be spreading it. So that makes sense. I mean, unless you're in a loader with somebody, but that's probably pretty rare.
You're never with anybody really. Like right. Every time I'm in an X-ray or whatever, I'm alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to have the time. We so like we can't celebrate Thanksgiving with everybody, and Nikki's family kind of canceled because a few of them have it.
Makes sense.
Some of our friends from church have it. Just like a lot of people have it, but my family seems to be okay. Excuse me. So they're still having it, but we're not. So we're gonna do like a roast chicken here. I might grill some steaks or something.
Nice.
You know, make Thanksgiving the way I actually wanted to.
Which we talked about last time, actually, on our last episode that came out, our holiday Q&A. We talked a little bit about, Thanksgiving plans and things like that. So yeah, it's funny because back when we recorded that one, you were like, yeah, I'm not I don't like turkey, so we're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna have all these different meats and stuff like this and that. And you were already saying like you're excited because you wanted to do something yourself, like, and not have to go to somebody's house and eat just their food and stuff like that. And now, I mean, you have no other option, so
yeah,
it's kind of funny.
I want to get to the point. I'd like to do Thanksgiving at my house for my family next year. I'd like to get a smoker before then.
Ooh, there you go. That'd be fun. Smoke them up.
Like some of my Christmas bonus or something.
Smoke up the meat.
Get a Traeger.
Yeah, that'd be legit, dude. I love those things.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to hunt some too.
That's the other thing, because I remember, like, you told me, well, I think, what was it, Saturday? It was Sunday, probably, that you told me you had it. And the same day I got a Snapchat from you in your tree stand. I was like, of course, like the day you test positive, or whatever, you're just out there like hunting, like nothing else is going on. But it makes sense because you're by yourself. I mean,
yeah, there were a few days there where I had a pretty bad fever, and I was like not super confident. Even it was like Monday and Tuesday. Monday was probably the worst, I think. And it was just like hard to like walk around. Like felt like lightheaded.
Yeah, when you have like a real fever, you don't want to do anything.
No, it was like cold, hot. It was super annoying. I still have like remnants of that, but not like that. Like one minute we want the house at 70, the next minute we want it at like 64 because we're so hot.
Right.
It's super weird. So, and it was super cold there for a couple of days. So, I'm planning on hunting. Maybe I'm gonna hunt this afternoon. I'm gonna hunt probably tomorrow morning.
I mean, you gotta be careful because it is getting cold out there, man. I was coming home last night.
I got sicko.
That's true. But I was coming home last night. It was like 27, 26 degrees. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I seen that.
It's getting cold.
We had our first like snow that stuck.
Yeah. Yep. Crazy.
I'm glad we didn't get any more than we got, though. I would have felt really bad because like I'm on a plowing crew.
Yeah. What's funny is like we have one of the guys on the floor crew. At Janitronics, he just bought a plow for his truck, so he like came in yesterday or no 2 days ago with it on his truck, and he was all excited. He was telling everybody like, "Oh, I got my plow ready to go. I'm gonna go out, ready to go make all this money." People were talking about it, and I was like, just remembering all the good times we had driving around all night, just plowing, and man, I'm gonna miss it, man.
Yeah, me too.
Gonna miss it.
I'll plow for myself again one day.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely should. You loved it. I mean, it's definitely the problem with it is like it's great making money doing it, but it's so seasonal. It's like once that's done, you have to have some other thing to do. And if you have another job during plow season, like that's super hard to like manage because you're out all night long plowing.
I don't know how guys do that.
I don't know, dude.
Like, at least like I'm plowing for another company this year, but it's the company I normally work for. So, like, we're allowed to leave our jobs to go plow our plow route.
Right.
We're allowed to, come in. If we're out plowing, we don't go back into our job till, 10 or whatever. It's like...
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah, it is for sure. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Getting cold.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Well... We are kind of just playing it by ear. I think I said that on the podcast too. We don't really know, what we're doing yet, but I'm going to be with my parents Thursday a little bit, and then they're going to Pennsylvania for the weekend. I don't know if I'm going yet or not. We'll see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go?
Because they're like, I don't know. I've got other stuff that I could be doing, so I don't know. I'm just thinking about all the different options. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
So nothing with Buffalo or anything?
They're saying they might go Thursday night. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go with them. I don't know what's going on yet. I got to see what my siblings are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck if you were the only one that's like, oh yeah, I'll go with your mom and dad.
Yep.
And Sam and Grace were like, have fun. We're not going.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see Grace doing that.
Yeah, you never know. So I'm just good, but that's how I like.
Is Noah coming to your Thanksgiving, or is he going out? Is he going back home, or?
I have no idea. I think. Well, the last time I talked to him, he was saying that they don't really do much for Thanksgiving. Like they get together with their family, but they don't really have like any traditions or anything. So it's kind of.
Oh really?
Yeah, kind of laid back. Like for me, I don't care where I'm at, but we gotta have the football games playing. It's gotta be a couple brews going on. Like.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for too, because like my family never watches football on Thanksgiving.
Unbelievable.
But
are you even American?
That's all I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. Yeah. I don't even know who's playing tomorrow though.
Same teams play every year on Thanksgiving.
Isn't it the Lions?
So there's 3 home teams, and then obviously the people they play changes. But yeah, it's the.
Isn't it the Lions? Is one of them, right?
And the Cowboys.
Is it the Colts?
Cowboys.
Oh, the Cowboys. That's who I was thinking of.
And then I think the late night game changes sometimes. But the 2 that it's always been is the Lions and the Cowboys.
And then whoever they're playing changes?
Yeah.
Why do they have the spot for Thanksgiving?
I don't know. It's just always been that.
Now it's just like a tradition almost, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they're 2 of the oldest teams. It's probably just back when they added it to Thanksgiving Day, they were just the 2 that they did, and then they just ran with it. I don't know.
Cowboys are playing pretty good this year.
Unfortunately.
I mean, the Lions are trash, but they always are. So it's funny they got rid of Stafford, and then he figured out how to play.
Yeah, they switched with the Rams. What's his name? I forgot his name. But yeah, he was awful to begin with. But then he went to the Lions, and now they're sucking. And he's just
Yeah, Stafford for some reason, apparently everybody knew he was a good quarterback. It's just that his team just couldn't play. I don't know.
My dad is he's sold on him. He's like, oh, he's a great quarterback. He's still, in my book, he's a mediocre quarterback.
Who did Stafford go to? Rams, right?
Rams, yeah.
You said? I mean, I think it's pretty good. Hey, dude, Carson Wentz, man, he is so underrated. I've been saying this for years. I don't think people give him the respect he deserves.
Because he doesn't deserve respect. He is one of the most hot and cold players.
He's nuts.
He'll have a fantastic game, and then the next game he plays will be absolutely horrible.
It's kind of like how Eli Manning was.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Because Eli Manning, man, there would be some games where it's dude, where did that come from? Dude's the MVP. Next game, it's wow, this dude's the worst quarterback in the freaking NFL.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can show up every couple games and play really well, then your team's going to love you, so I guess that'll work. But he didn't work out for the Eagles, so we had to cut him. See you, Wentz.
The Eagles are doing pretty well.
Still got a losing record, but we're working on it. We're second in the division, but the Cowboys are doing really good. So
there's probably 3 teams I follow pretty closely. That'd be the Bucks, the Bills, and probably the Colts, just because it went. But
nice.
I always get. I would say I follow Green Bay more than the Colts because I like Aaron Rodgers a lot, and I'm a big Tom Brady fan. I don't care if Bills fans hate him. You hate him because he's awesome.
That is true.
See, I'm not a Bills Mafia person. I get excited when the Bills win just because I think that whatever they won, that's good. They're our home team or whatever. But
yeah,
I'm not gonna die for the Bills like everybody else.
Yep, can't stand it, man. All these people.
Your dad must be excited about how the Cowboys are doing this year.
Yeah, he's funny because the beginning of the season, he's like, I'm not gonna watch football this year. It's too political now. I'm not gonna watch any of it. I'm sick of it.
That's how I was last year and this year, and this year I've watched more football than I ever have.
And I was like, all right, we'll see about that. And he watches it, but not as much as he normally would. He's not as into it for sure, which is shocking because he's always been super into it. So.
Yeah, he's the one who got you into football, right?
Yeah, for sure. We would always watch it together, especially because, division rivals. So every time the Eagles and Cowboys play, it's always a big, our whole house just knows, if that game is going on, you better be out of the room because it's going to get rowdy. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's not been that political though, so I've been watching it.
Yeah, football hasn't been that political this year, I felt like, and that made me happy, so I've been watching it.
Yeah, I just think I think most people would agree with this. When it comes to sports, people watch it for the sport. We're not watching it for politics and stuff like that. We watch it to get away from that stuff. It's an escape. We don't want to see that 24/7. So I don't know.
Yeah, they even tried to make the Aaron Rodgers COVID thing kind of political, but then I think they kind of backfired on them, and they kind of stopped talking about it pretty quickly.
Yeah, they probably realized how much money that guy brings in just by selling his jersey. Like,
right.
It's crazy. But, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
What are you doing? Do you want to be on the podcast?
Oh, shoot. We have an intruder. Hey, Charlotte. She has the bluest eyes. It's crazy.
Say, hey, Uncle Jack.
Hey. How's it going? She's so confused. Who's that guy in the screen?
Say hi.
Hi. That's gotta be so weird for a kid, like growing up with technology now. Like,
I know. We never had that stuff.
No, we never had FaceTime. Probably like, is this real? Is this a video? Crazy. She's got her little winter sweater on. Nice.
So, what have you been drinking?
Good question. Drinking some Onyx coffee, shocker. But we have today drinking this guy, which is probably backwards on the thing, but it's Kenya Gathathi AA.
Oh, nice.
And figured out, I always wondered what does the AA mean? Because some of the coffees that I get say AA, some of them don't. And I was making coffee for Grace and Noah 2 weekends ago, and he was like, hey, what does the AA mean? And I was like, that's a good question. I don't know. So we looked it up, and it turns out the AA literally just means the size of the bean. So if it's a AA, it's a bigger coffee bean.
Kind of like AA battery versus AAA.
Yeah. Well, not, because AAA is smaller than AA.
Right. So AAA would be bigger in coffee beans?
I don't think there is a AAA. It's just AA and then no A. Yeah.
Oh.
Good try. But yeah, it's I always wonder what that was. But yeah, and you can tell kind of if you're looking at it, they are pretty decently sized beans. Like, they're pretty big. I don't know if you can see that, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I've been drinking. I have noticed if it's a bigger coffee bean, it seems like when you're brewing it, it takes longer for the water to go through all the coffee grounds. So I don't know. Interesting.
Huh.
There we go. You made it full screen.
Oh, did I do something wrong?
Oh, I guess we probably should have done that in the beginning, but totally forgot.
Oh, I thought it only changed it on my end.
At least now it's full screen for me too.
Oh, but you're screen recording it.
Right. So now it's going to be like halfway through, they're going to be like, what the heck happened? Oh, also, I posted this on our story today, but you can see in the back there, we got this nice Ferrari poster right over my coffee bar.
Oh, that's sweet.
Pretty cool little detail. Yeah. Alright, well, guess this is about it for the podcast. I wonder, what people are going to think about this. I thought it would just be kind of funny because, you have COVID, so, just the fact that we have to do this, and because it's so different, I thought it would be a good idea, so giving this a shot. It's convenient for us because we don't have to, I don't have to drive all the way to your house. We don't have to bring all this camera gear and stuff and set up. We can just literally FaceTime and record it.
Right.
So Hopefully this comes out good. I don't know about the quality. We'll have to wait and see, but...
Yeah, we'll see, because my voice memo thing timed out at 10 minutes.
Well, that would have been... That's stupid that it does that. Alright, well...
Like, I hit it or whatever twice or whatever, but it's like... I have like 3 different recordings then.
Well, hopefully at least this microphone caught it. If not, I guess we're skipping this week, so we'll find out. Alright, well this has been another episode of the Job Experiment.
Out.
Out.